Let's see if this works. This is take 2 because it kept freezing. Connectivity was off. If I talk fast, I don't think it will help. But anyways, so if you check the last few videos of today, 2 videos that I did prior, I felt like crap, and then I started to get out of it, and I still feel like crap, but I'm doing my stretches now. It's 11 something, including the 5 minutes that I was working on the previous video, which I had to delete because it kept freezing. Amongst all this chaos, I'm finally, well, I came up with an idea that sounded cool. Financially, in the sense that I have a pending lawsuit that's going to happen. I had saved up from this new job money in mutual funds, but I'm losing money like crazy for obvious reasons, pandemic and recession and whatever. And I'm like, okay, I was beginning to accept the fact that I'm going to have to get rid of all that money for the lawsuit. And this isn't even touching what I need to pay the government and doing my taxes and stuff. But trying to come up with a strategy. And, so it's been a year that I've been putting little bits and pieces into different accounts to try to save up funds for whatever I need. Mannequins for CPR. So I have about $2,000. I bought 2 mannequins already. So I could leave $50 a month, $50 a week I could stop putting into that for a bit so I can take that and put that into emergency fund. That's the point. I'm finally starting to create an emergency fund because I didn't have money to put into emergency fund, in the sense that I had so many things I needed to save up for. And I was like, I need to make more money. Now, the more I've been watching, I've watched David Ramsey videos. I watched a few weeks ago, but I try not to watch that because I feel terrible. I feel terrible. It's very hard for me to face the shame of not being able to have an emergency fund and all that crap. Then I saw another video, Pepper Princess, which I like. I haven't seen her for a bit. Then I started watching her videos again. They kind of popped up, or I started looking for it, or whatever the algorithm did for me on YouTube. And now I'm like, okay, it's not a good idea to invest. I'm not used to this, losing money like that, because I haven't been tracking when I had mutual funds. So I don't feel comfortable. I'm not going to get rid of it unless it gets to 0, but I don't think that will happen with mutual funds, but we'll see. I'm going to take the money. I thought of putting it into looking for other stocks, because I have 1 share of Coca-Cola that I'm trying to experiment with, and that's going down too. And I'm like, I could put some money into that account, but I'm not going to buy shares. I don't feel comfortable yet. It's a process, right? It's been a year of me trying to figure out what to do and learn and feel confident and go to the next step, as opposed to doing something that's impulsive. So I'm tracking it, but sometimes it creates a lot of shame for me to track things. I procrastinate because I don't want to see how much I'm fucking up. So it happened today. It just came in my head. This is what I need to do. I need to take all the money that I've been trying to put into mutual funds, which is $250 a week. So it's $1,000 a month. Plus money I've been trying to save up for municipal taxes. So I have one kind of bank account for that, but I didn't have a bank account for taxes when I actually have to pay them, and emergency fund if I need a washer and dryer, which is, it's been 14 years. This washer dryer is going to die soon. the problem with the lawsuit, which is, plumbing and all that stuff. So now it's like, okay, I'm ready. 200 from the municipal taxes. Sometimes it's 100 because I've been getting less money now. Let's say about 500 a week. So that's $2,000, $2,000 a month, if I can do that, or a little less. Let's say 450, 400 to 500 a week. So let's say I know I've been always doing my 250 every week, so I know that's at least $1,000 a week. In 10 months, that's 10 grand. Trying to kind of prolong the lawsuit. It's already been over a year. At least I'll be on the verge of doing that, like setting something up in case when all this shit hits the fan, I have to do that because no one's going to save me. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's the expression, and I'm now ready to do it. I'm not putting any more money in investments. That's the thing. That's the David Ramsey method. That's other people's methods. It's like, no, you can't invest. You need to have your emergency funds, and I see it now, and I'm ready to face it. So that's what I'm doing. And now today with my stretches, I'm not even going to do. I'm too tired to work out, which is normal. I'm just going to get myself limber. And I'm not even going to track it. I might tick it off in my book, but I don't want to be so bogged down and structured today. There's a few other things I have to do. And we'll see how it goes. So, pulling back, like if you've seen one of my other videos, why pulling back is important. I can see that I have been productive. Although in it, I feel really terrible, as you can see. But that's the strategy. So I still am paying off bankruptcy. I had 4 companies and 3 of them were incorporated. So I filed bankruptcy, but that doesn't settle for anything governmental. But it's 100. I've been putting 132.66 away per month to lead up to, it was like $6,000 or something, and that was last November. We're June now, and I've been religiously at that. So that should be finished in 3 months. So it'll be before due date. There's no due date. I already paid them, but I mean to pay myself back. And then I can take that money and throw that into emergency fund. So this year, put as much of my money as I can, whatever money I'm getting, assuming I'm still keeping my job and my personal training client. And eventually, if I get any side gigs, I don't know. But put all that into emergency fund and build it up as much as I can. Which includes taxes, lawsuit, municipal taxes, washer, dryer, repairs, everything. I used to be so fixed. I tend to get so fixed in the minutia that I can't see clearly. Just put all the money in there, save it up, and then I can rotate back to whatever I need to do. And that's the same thing for training. I've learned to rotate everything. Food, I've learned to rotate everything depending on how I feel. Like sometimes I like rice and sometimes I get sick of it and I change it. You know what I mean? I have to always rotate like that. Yeah, that sounds like a good strategy. Took over a year to figure it out. And to figure it out and to get the balls to do it and say this is time. And I think life throws you curveballs to force you to look at it again and come up with the right plan. Because a few months ago, the mutual funds were kind of growing, and I was like, okay. But you have to force yourself to look at the picture. what's going on? This isn't working. This is going to go badly. I have to change it. And so in that sense, I've improved. I'm going to keep doing my stretches.